What's up friends, it's Valentin Kosenko, and in today's video we'll be taking a look at the top 20 entries for the Full-Time Filmmaker Handheld B-Roll Challenge. Enjoy! So, as some of you might know, just a few days ago I've shot a video with my girlfriend where we made pancakes in a very cinematic kind of way. And this was actually our entry for that challenge. So the main goal of the challenge was to get some great music from Epidemic sound, get some great sound effects, and create a 45-second short clip with handheld B-roll footage. And by the way, if you haven't heard about Full-Time Filmmaker yet, you should definitely go ahead and check that course out, which is by the way hosted by Parker Wallbeck, and it teaches you the basics of filmmaking as well as how to shoot music videos, wedding videos, and so much more. It's really a great course which I can totally recommend to everyone, beginners and professionals, especially because of the Facebook group, which is also the place where the challenge was hosted this time. Every member of the Facebook group was able to participate. And in total, there were 150 entries, and the Full-Time Filmmaker team has already narrowed it down to only 20 entries. And these are the entries that we'll be taking a look at today. I am happy to tell you that my entry is also part of these 20. So we made it into the top 20. I am so happy about that. I haven't checked out the other videos yet, but we'll do that in a moment. I'd say let's get started. I'll get my headphones and then we'll take a look at the first clip. Whoa, what is going on? These transitions are so dope. Nice. That was a great one. And this is probably also a very good example of what you learn in the course. The seamless transitions looked so good on this one. I really liked it. And I also like the music. You can actually watch these videos more than once because there's so many details inside of them. The sound effects, the transitions, and if you want to analyze all of that, then watching it just once is not sufficient. But it's a very great way of learning because then you can see what other filmmakers are doing. So that was a really great entry. Good job. Okay, so the next video is by Carlos Ubinas. Okay, it's about coffee. The sound is good. And the colors look so smooth. I really like it when those blacks are not true black, but are just a little bit above that. And yeah, it makes everything look, I don't know, it has that vintage vibe to it, I guess. That was a good one as well. The music is so chill on this one, it fits this kind of video perfectly. So compared to the first one, this was a little bit more chill, but I also like the sound effects. I like the colors, I like the chill vibes. Good one. So the next one is Joseph Hartshorn. Whoa, what a transition. This is also something that you learn in the seamless transition course, and this was perfectly done, like honestly. I want to watch it again. Absolutely seamless. See, you can do so much with movement. Just move your camera in one direction, come out of the other side in the same direction, and connect it. If the shot looks the same, then this is what happens. Perfect. Whoa. Nice. I think what I like the most is actually that sound effect when he put it into the water. And also that transition at the end where he was first drawing it and then you can see the final drawing. So creative. Okay, so coming up next is Eric Ballou. Great speed ramping. And that transition was really creative. Make your passion your paycheck. That is very, very creative. And something a lot more people should do. Very nice entry, Eric. So coming up next would be my video, but just as I've said, we'll be skipping this one. If you want to see it, then also just take a look at it in the description or in the info box. Let's go ahead with the next one, which is by Jordan Drum. That was a good one with a rotation. From black to this shot. And the rotation again, nice. Yeah, everyone knows. It's just the way it is, right? Great entry. If there's anything that could have been better, then it's probably the color grading, but always remember that color grading is a personal preference. I just like natural colors, and I had the feeling that the white balance was a little bit off on this one, especially if you compare it to that last shot here, which looks a lot more natural compared to the one in the beginning, which has that very blue tint. But it might be a creative intention, so if it's that, then it's perfectly fine. Great job, Jordan Drum. So coming up next is Robert Bean. Oh, this one has black bars on it, great. So it feels a lot more cinematic straight away. The sound design was very nice on this one. I like the build-up of the bass in the beginning, which shows the frustration, and then the idea pops up. Change of mood. Great sound again. And that transition. Whoa. What? She's feeling it. She's definitely feeling that. No way. Full-time dressmaker. Honestly, how creative is that? That's exactly what I mean, guys. I mean, you guys are so creative. I thought mine was creative, but after seeing these, props to you. That's so good. I think that's probably my favorite so far. Full-time dressmaker. Who comes up with something like that? That's so good. Robert Bean, awesome work. Absolutely. And there's really not a lot that I can add to it because it feels perfect. So coming up next is Shavis Mari Kumar. Let's go. The sound effects are great because they also fit perfectly to the music. especially this one where the music stops for a moment, or at least gets a little more silent. Camera lock. That ending came a little bit too fast, in my opinion. I honestly do not like that perspective right here. The cables are distracting from the aesthetic of this video, so next time go ahead and get some great cable management there so that it does not take away from the experience. If anything, these two shots could have been a little bit shorter because they take away from the pacing in general. But after that, everything gets very interesting again. Great video. Okay, so next is Alistair Cox.
An incredible chicken wing starts with the marinade. Marinade for 24 hours. After that, we put our own base flour on with our mix.
Okay, so this is different because people are talking in the beginning. And also, I actually thought that we had to shoot all of the footage at home, but I might be wrong on that one.
Different spices and herbs.
Was it backwards? Yeah, it was played backwards, but it looks so much more interesting.
And we let it sit for a few hours, chill it down, and then we fry it again to get that nice crisp on it.
That last shot is also really nice, the way it follows her hand. It keeps the shot interesting because you want to know what happens next, and I really like that.
Fry it again to get that nice crisp on it. I think that's what makes the best chicken wing.
I think the ending was a little bit abrupt, and sometimes the sound effects could have been a little bit smoother, you know? The sound of the boiling oil is actually quite loud, and so it doesn't feel that smooth, if you know what I mean. There was a fade out, but I think a fade in would have been great as well, or at least if you had some kind of whoosh to that next sound, because that way it does not feel like the sound is coming out of nowhere. Sometimes it's also a good idea to add sounds even if there were no sounds, to make it a little bit more interesting using whoosh effects or something like a bass build up to the next shot. That would have been great here to fill the gap, because I think before that there were no sound effects, and then when the boiling oil came in again, it felt a little bit too loud for me. But other than that, great video. So coming up next is Nathan John Martin. France, March 2020. Very intense build-up. What's happening there? Great use of the equalizer here. That was a nice one as well. French people pay tribute to the medical staff who are fighting COVID-19. Wow. That was unexpected. I thought they were going for war or something. This one was able to build up so much interest because it kept the shots interesting, and I really wanted to know what's happening there. What is the meaning of this? Good job, Nathan. So next is Tom Skogsberg. Oreo drink epic B-roll Corona style. So that's another Corona video. Let's see. Damn, what's going on there? Where does that fog come from? That looks so nice.
I waited at the stop
The footage is so crisp.
Got a hole in my head, carefully entwined on the roots of the dead. Somebody.
I don't know why, but this kind of reminds me of La Casa de Papel, or The Money Heist, as some of you might know it. I don't know, maybe it's because of the colors over here.
Somebody help me out.
Someone is really into Oreos right here.
For 7 years I waited.
That fog makes everything look so much nicer. So the lighting was great, the colors were great, that crispy, sharp footage, awesome. This is probably also one of my favorites. The shots were also all very creative. They had that depth that you want in your videos. So this is a good example of what great visuals look like. Beginning with this shot where the actor in the hazmat suit is lit with just a small lamp, and then when the actor opens the fridge, it becomes that red color, which fits very good to that kind of scenario. The depth in every single of these shots looks so nice, and that's what makes this video so good, right? Because there are either elements in the foreground or in the background that are blurred out so that the viewer can focus on what's most important. The colors look so amazing on this one. As I said, definitely one of my favorites. Very nice work, Tom Skogsberg. So next is Christopher Jan, a cinematic B-roll coffee sequence by Paul Porter. So, is Paul Porter Christopher Jan, or is Christopher Jan Paul Porter? No more coffee? See this shot right here? I think the camera went to the left a little bit too much. This shot looks very awesome though. I think the last shot was a little bit too long. You could have recorded a few more angles when she was pouring the coffee into the cup, so that then you had a few more shots that you could show before that long shot in the ending, because I think it's just a little bit too long. But overall, this is also a very good video. Okay, so next is Heather Mayone. Let's see. That's a Toyota car B-roll video. Very creative transition.
Can't even go anywhere anyways.
I can't even go anywhere anyways. Overall, this was also a very good video. Once again, if there's anything that could have been better, it's the colors at some places. Because if you take a look here, the white balance is, I would say, it's pretty good. But then a few more shots forward, here the white balance is a little bit off. And it just throws me out of the experience a little. But other than that, great video, great work, Heather. So next is Michael Pearl, Scrambled Eggs. Nice pacing. This was probably the best when it comes to the pacing of the video, but I think there could have been a few more sound effects, especially on the part with the cheese. I mean, I know there was a sound effect after that, but it could have been a little bit more. And also, when you took the knife and you went up like that, I was expecting more of an impact, but then you were cutting it just like that, so. But maybe I'm just expected to seeing all these videos that copy Daniel Schiffer, where his girlfriend takes the knife and then cuts like insane. And also that going backwards again, very creative. I also like when the music ends and you show your logo. That's what I did in my video as well, but in this video it's actually even better because it ends with one beat, and in my video it was just fading out, so this one was better in that kind of way. So overall, great video, great work, keep going. Okay, so next we got Hadi Roy Yazdani. Oh, that picture in picture, I like that. What's going on with the footage here? It looked a little bit weird. The coffee beans, it looked like they had some artifacts. Was this recorded in slow motion? Is this optical flow or something? Because it looks like there are artifacts, so that distracted me a little. And also the sound effect ended too fast on that one. I think you should have ended your clip on that last beat here as well and not just fade it out. Let's cut it to black right here. Because I have the feeling that the song is going faster than the shots, and so it does not really fit together. But generally the shots looked nice. There could have been a few more sound effects, and also you could have used some in-camera transitions because I think there's potential for them in your shots, especially if you take a look here and you go to the bottom right. You could come up from the top left, so then you would have a seamless transition here. And I also think that it looks a little bit choppy right here because there are frames missing. This was probably not shot in slow motion. If your timeline, for example, is 25 frames, you should really never play less than 25 frames. If you do, then you should be using something like optical flow. But if the shot is too complicated, like it would be in this case, then you're better off using another shot because it sometimes introduces artifacts like in the shot with the coffee beans. But once again, that's my 2 cents. Great video, but some technical issues. But I'm sure you'll fix them in the next video and it will be even better. Great work nonetheless. Okay, I need to make a short break real quick, but I'll be back in a second. Okay guys, I'm back. I had to finish a few things and now we can continue. I think the next one is Terrell Kerr Douglas, shot with a Sony a7 III. The transitions are creative and everything, but I think that the speed ramping is a little bit too much on this one because it's very jerky. If you have a lot of movement in your shots, especially shaky movement, then speed ramping it up will increase that shakiness, and therefore you should better do some cuts and only speed ramp it up to a certain degree. But the shots are still very creative. I like the transition so far. That was a nice effect too. Wish that last shot was a little bit sharper though. I think the focus was not spot on there. Other than that, great work. Let's continue with David Horner. Okay, so the music fits the video perfectly. But if you take a look here, for example, her eye is not fully in focus. And the thing is, even if the eye was in focus, sometimes the depth of field is so thin that only a small part of the eye is in focus, depending on what focal length you're shooting, depending on the aperture, of course. So sometimes stopping down is not such a bad idea after all. And it might not have that absolutely shallow depth of field then, but it will look a lot sharper. And in this case, the video footage would have benefited from that. But other than that, great shots. I like the sound effects. It has humor. It's creative. Good job, guys. Okay, so the next is Kok Wei Chun, Milo Cinematic Handheld B-roll. Malaysians' all-time favorite drinks. When my girlfriend and I were in Malaysia a few months ago, we were also drinking quite a lot of Milo, so we can confirm that it's definitely Malaysians' all-time favorite drink. Let's see what this video offers. Nice. Oh, that was a different transition. And I like that the particle effect as well. This one's a little bit shorter, but that's no problem. I like the grading, it looks natural for me. And it didn't distract from the experience. And I really like this transition right here because it kind of fits to what you're doing here with the Milo powder. Great job with it. And also that backwards motion on powder always looks amazing. Great work, guys. Really like that one as well. Okay, so the next one is Gianni Licitra. Probably Italian, right? Let's see. Cinematic Spaghetti B-roll. What else? That was great with the rotation. And the split screen, of course. I must say, I'm not a fan of these lens flares right here, especially because there's no other light source, so this is kind of overused at this point, but personal preference. Great shot with the slow motion. Great video. Nothing else to add here. Okay, and the last one is Larissa Johnson. Stay Home Quarantine Video Contest. Let's see.
This is Washington's stay home, stay healthy order.
So I'm asking you, and you may say I am pleading with you, to stay home.
Stay home. Stay home.
If you listen carefully, you can still hear the TV in the background, and it has that muffled sound which sells the effect for me right here. The sound's work is great on this one. Wow. The diversity of the shots in this one is pretty incredible itself. So, very good work. Okay, so I guess we're through the list. Before I tell you what my favorites are, please stop the video and write it in the comments below. Who do you think did the best job? You can see that every single video has been a lot of work. Some used humor, creativity, aesthetic shots. It's hard to decide. And honestly, I don't even want to know how hard it must have been for the Full-Time Filmmaker team to decide for only 20 out of the 150 entries. Okay, so if you've written your favorites down in the comments below, I'll tell you mine. Well, I think that Robert Bean, Tom Skogsberg and Joseph Hartshorn did the best job because these were the most creative, they had the most aesthetical shots, and for me personally, I like the sound design the most. full-time dressmaker. I mean, how creative is that? Or the aesthetics in Tom Skogsberg's video. It has been so nice with that fog, just looked beautiful. And also Joseph Hartshorn with the painting at the very end. I liked how creative that was. So these are my favorite, I would say, but I'd really like to know what you guys think. So write it down in the comments below. Right now, I still don't know if I'll make it into the top 10. Yeah, that would be very nice. This was a great challenge for me because I haven't done anything like that before. And I really think that it was a great idea by the team of Full-Time Filmmaker to do that, because right now everyone's sitting at home, we cannot go out and work like we used to. It challenges our minds to make something special with simple things, like doing pancakes or just painting, or I don't know what. The videos these guys made are all looking so great. And while recording this video, I've watched many of them a couple of times because I like them so much. As I said, I'll also leave all the links to the other videos in the description below. Go ahead and spread some love for them because they all did a great job with this. If you're interested in an editing breakdown and some behind the scenes, let me know in the comments below. And if there's enough interest, then of course I'll do it for you guys. Right now, I'm still at home. Of course, I got some work to do, but still got lots of time for new videos as well. So from now on, there will be videos every single Friday. And on top of that, I'll be uploading videos as often as I can. And if you have any wishes, if you have any questions or any topics that you'd like to see in videos, please let me know, because that's what I'm here for. I'm having fun doing these kind of videos, and if I can help you guys, that's a win-win situation on both sides. I really hope you liked this video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on future content. Like this video and leave a comment for the algorithm if you want. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.